guys, this is a lesson about solving quadratics using the quadratic formula. Okay, there are three ways to solve quadratics. One is graphically. If you've got the graph, you just read where it crosses the x-axis. So if you can see, there's one little bit there and one little bit there. See, these are called the roots, and that's what we're solving. Or, if you can factorize. For instance, this is a factorized quadratic, and we solve there's three roots, 3 and minus 5, which would be minus 5 and 3. So if you were to sketch it, it would cross the x-axis at minus 5 on the left-hand side and 3 on the right. If it asks you to solve to 2 decimal places, it means it's not a whole number, and it means that you probably have to use a quadratic formula, unless you're some sort of brainy whiz computer to do it in your head. So what we do, there is a quadratic formula. We will teach you the proof of this at A level, but for now, just recognize that a quadratic is in that form. A something x squared. If there's nothing in front of the x squared, it means it's a 1, isn't it? 1x squared, like this one. Okay? Plus bx plus c is 0. If it's in that format, we use this formula where a is the coefficient, the number in front of x squared, b is the number in front of just the x, and c is just the one on the end, the constant, okay, where it crosses the y-axis. So here we go, we're going to try it straight away. So here in this question, can you see that a is 1, b is minus 7, and c is 3. So what we do, we just plug them in to the formula. X is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and Bob's your uncle. So x is minus b. Be careful because you've already got a minus 7, so it's going to go to positive. There are 2 square roots to every number, so when you square, you're going to have 2 solutions. So now you've got to remember that minus 7 squared is going to give us a positive answer, because a minus times a minus is a positive. Now 4 is 4, a is 1, and c is 3. So when you times those out, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. Okay, so let's get rid of a minus and a minus make up positive. So it's plus 7, so it's just positive 7, plus or minus the square root of minus 7 squared is 49, and minus 12, all over 2. So x is 7 plus or minus the square root of 37 over 2. And now, all we have to do is use our calculator to work out 7 plus the square root of 37, which will be about 6 and a bit. And the other x value, the other root, there are always 2 roots, is going to be 7 minus, because when you square root a number, you're going to get a plus and a minus. So it's going to be 7 minus 6 and a bit over 2. So this is going to be like a smallish number. This is going to be a bigger number. So all we have to do now is get our calculators and work them out. So go ahead and do that and see what you come up with, okay? And those 2 answers will be the 2 numbers here and here. This will be the bigger one, so this will be your x1 answer, and this one here will be that one. That answer there will be your x2, and these are called the roots, okay? And this helps us sketch it. Now, if you look, a bit like when we did straight line graphs, remember, if we look at the original question there, if you had to plot that, we know that it crosses at these 2 points that we've just calculated. And here, where it crosses the y-axis is when x is nothing. If I put nothing into that formula, I get 3. So it crosses at 3. So just by one little formula, x squared minus 7x plus 3, we can sketch a graph and it looks like that. A happy quadratic, 2 roots that we can find. We'll do it on the calculator in a second. And Bob's your uncle.